My beloved, before you scroll past this moment, know this. I have paused eternity to speak to you. This is not a coincidence. The ache in your chest, the silence in your soul, the feeling that something is missing, it all led you here. You think you've been wandering. You think I've been silent. But child, you are standing at the edge of a revelation that will break chains you've carried for years. This message will pierce the shadows. This truth will shift your entire being, but only if you stay. Do not scroll away. Do not miss this moment, because by the end of this video, you will realize just how near I've always been, closer than your next breath. I do not speak merely for you to hear, but for you to feel, so that every cell in your being may tremble with eternal truth. You are loved, and you have never, not once, been abandoned. My voice is as gentle as the morning dew on a leaf, yet strong enough to disperse all the sorrow that has gathered in your soul. It does not come to frighten you, but to remind you that you are not alone. My word is the lamp that lights your path in the dark, the lullaby of a mother soothing her child through long, desperate nights, the quiet hand that holds yours when the world turns its back. I do not need to shout, for in silence my love still resounds, clear, complete, and unchanging. I am the one who saw you in the secret place before you were even formed in your mother's womb. Before any creature was made, before the first wind swept across the land, I knew you. Before you knew love or fear, I chose you. Every thought in your mind is familiar to me. Every dream, every whispered prayer, every nameless ache, they are all as vivid to me as stars in the night sky. There have been moments when you felt shattered, falling into the pit of isolation, believing no one could understand. But I understand. I have seen your silent tears in the night, the days when you questioned whether life still held meaning. Your tears are not foreign to me. Each drop is kept as a precious jewel. Every time you trembled in fear, every time you collapsed under the weight of life, I was there, holding you, lifting you. You may not realize it, but it was I who carried you when you fell. I was the whisper of hope among the ashes of failure. I was the warmth in the cold of loneliness. I have never turned my back on you, not even when you turned away from yourself. When you no longer saw your own worth, I still saw the priceless gem I shaped in my own image. You are a masterpiece in the hands of the Creator, and I, the one who made the universe, am not ashamed to call you mine. I know you are weary. I see the burdens pressing down on your shoulders. But my precious child, do not carry what you were not created to bear. Let me be your refuge, your fortress. Let me fight for you when you have no strength left to stand. For in me, nothing is truly lost. What seems like an ending, I will rewrite. The crossroads you feared to face, I will walk through them with you. The dreams you thought had died, I will breathe new life into. You do not need to prove yourself to me. I do not love you for what you can do, but for who you are, a beloved, irreplaceable child. In my eyes, you are not ordinary. I do not define you by your failures. I see the potential I placed within you to love, to heal, to bring light to the darkest corners with my light. My child, it is time to step out of the land of fear and doubt. Believe what I say, even when everything around you screams the opposite. Stand firm on my promises, for they are unshakable, unlike this world. Let me be the voice that guides you through the chaos of life. Let me continue writing your story, a story not only beautiful, but powerful and full of purpose. Lift up your eyes. Do not hang your head in shame or regret any longer. Upon you rests a crown of life, placed there by my own hand. You are not a wanderer in a wilderness. You are an heir to a kingdom that cannot be moved. The storms will come, but I am your shelter. The night will fall, but my light will never go out. So open your heart and receive the blessings I am pouring out. They are not rewards for perfection, but gifts of unconditional love. Each new day is a chance for you to begin again, not alone, but in my embrace. Let my love shape you, heal you, and send you into things greater than you have ever imagined. For I, Jehovah your God, do not change, and neither do the promises I have made to you. You are mine forever, and my love will never depart from you. Live in that as the greatest truth of your life, for it is a truth that will never fade. Beloved child, let your heart be still before me, like a quiet lake beneath the gentle moonlight. Do not let your mind be swept away by worries beyond your control, nor let anxiety shake you like grass in the wind. For I, the Almighty, am not bound by anything you are facing. I am not confined by time, space, or circumstance. All things to me are already woven into a perfect symphony. No beat missed, no note out of tune. I know you have been waiting. There are things you have prayed for again and again with no reply. Doors you've knocked on that remain closed. And deep down at times you've wondered, have I been forgotten? But I assure you, by all my power and faithfulness, not a single one of your prayers is in vain. Not one groan has gone unheard. I hear it all, I see it all, I feel it all. But you think I'm denying. I am, in fact, delaying, not out of indifference, but because I am preparing. Delay is not cold silence, but tender care from a good father. When I withhold something, it is not because you are unworthy, but because you are being shaped into a vessel strong enough to hold something far greater than you imagined. Remember, a seed does not sprout overnight. It needs time, the darkness of the soil, and the patience to let its roots grow deep. Likewise, the dreams and promises I have placed in your heart must be nurtured in stillness, so that when the season comes, you will not only reap blessings, but be mature enough to carry them without being crushed by what you once longed for. You may not understand why what you ask for hasn't happened yet, but let your heart rest in this truth. My timing is never wrong. It is not late. It is perfect. Not perfect by your standard, but by the infinite wisdom of the one who created everything from nothing. I see further than your eyes can see. I know what's coming, what must be avoided, and what is waiting in your future. So learn to trust not only when things go your way, but especially when they don't. Waiting in me is never wasted. It is where I train you in endurance, faith, and resilience. It is the quiet place where you learn to look up, not around, where you surrender to my guidance and realize that when you feel most helpless, I am often doing the most. My child, I know you are tired, but let me be your strength. Let your heart find rest in my arms. What I am preparing for you goes beyond what you have asked. The blessings in my hand are not just rewards. They are evidence of my deep, abiding love for you. I do not give hastily, because I love you too much to let you receive something before you are truly ready. Do not blame me for the delay. Instead, thank me for the wisdom woven into every moment of waiting. For if I were to give you what you long for too soon, it might be the very thing that causes you to fall. But if you endure in the waiting, you will receive not only what is good, but what is complete. Because I do not merely want to bless you, I want to give you myself, the source of every blessing. So do not worry any longer. Do not grow impatient, and do not doubt yourself. I am working in the shadows, in the silence, in what seems like mere coincidence, to prepare something beautiful for you. And when that moment comes, when I open the door, no one will be able to shut it. When I declare the time has come, no force will be able to stand in the way. Then you will understand that the waiting was never in vain, that every tear you cried was kept by me, and that every seeming rejection was only a stepping stone to a greater gift. Take heart, my child. The best is yet to come, but it surely will come. And I, the one who began a good work in you, will carry it on to completion until the day of fullness, until the day you look back and smile, saying, So all those delays were proof of a love that never gets it wrong. My beloved child, I have seen the moments when you silently gazed at your life with eyes brimming with tears, wondering in pain, what good could possibly come from this desolation? Is there anything of value left in these broken pieces I'm holding? Now listen to my voice, powerful yet gentle, the voice of the one who has never taken his eyes off you. I bring beauty from ashes. I do not need a perfect blueprint to create a masterpiece. I am the one who can use what seems hopeless to write a new chapter filled with glory. I see what you cannot see. While you see only fragments, I see the grand design coming together, piece by intentional piece. Every crack, every collapse, every loss, none of it is outside my sovereign hand. I do not waste a single pain. I do not leave a single wound unhealed, but turn each one into a place where deep wisdom is born. You think it's the end, but I know it's the beginning. You see a delay, but I see a journey preparing you for a destination far beyond what you ever dared to hope. Remember this, nothing in your life happens by accident. Even closed doors are not signs of rejection, but marks of protection. There are doors I have shut because behind them lies danger you have not yet seen. There are paths I have withheld because, had you walked them, your heart would have wandered away from the course I designed. I do not close doors to harm you. I close them to lead you to the place where true blessing awaits. I know there have been moments when you wept over loss, over something you deeply desired that never came to be. But my child, do not let your tears blur the eyes of your faith. Do not keep your gaze fixed on what is past and miss the road I am opening before you. Trust in me, not with your limited understanding, but with a heart that knows I am a good father. Walk not by what your eyes see, but by the unshakable foundation of my promises to you. You asked me for strength, and I did not give it wrapped like a gift in velvet paper. I gave you strength through trials, through days when you had to stand tall, though everything around you seemed to crumble. It is in your weakness that you learn to lean on me, and from that, true strength was born. Strength is not something you already have. It is something I forge within you. You asked me for faith, and I did not give you comfort, but roads where you had nothing to cling to but your trust in me. Faith does not grow on smooth ground. It is formed on steep climbs, where you must choose to trust your feelings or to trust the unchanging truth that I am faithful. You longed for patience, and I did not grant it by making everything happen instantly, but by leading you through long days that seemed to yield nothing. Yet it was in that very waiting that your soul was shaped, your mind was stilled. You learned that true value lies not in speed, but in the depth of inner transformation. All these things, the pain, the obstacles, the delays, are not punishments. They are my answers. They are the evidence that I am listening, that I am moving, that I am working in your life in ways you do not yet understand. But the day will come when you will look back and say, "Thank you, Lord, for not giving me what I begged for, but for giving me something better, more timely, and far more beautiful." Oh, my child, do not lose hope. Do not think that my silence means absence. Even when you hear nothing, I am whispering eternal plans of love. Do not let the delay cool your heart. Let it be a time for your roots to grow deeper in faith, that you may stand like a tree in the storm. And when the season comes, at exactly the time I have ordained, you will blossom. You will bear fruit. And all will see that you walk through nothing alone, but that I, Jehovah your God, walked with you every step of the way. Take my hand, my child. Let me lead you, not on the easiest road, but on the one refined by love and grace. And then you will see something truly good, not just possible but certain, will rise from the very place you thought was barren. For I am the one who turns what seemed dead into life. I am the one who writes miracles from the torn pages of your story. And you are part of a beautiful plan that can never fail. My beloved child, lift your eyes to the heavens, where the skies are constantly proclaiming my glory. From the first light of dawn to the final glow of sunset, all of creation sings in harmony the song of my majesty. The wind whispers my word. The ocean murmurs with the rhythm of the Creator's heartbeat. The mountains in their grandeur and the rivers in their rush bow low before my eternal splendor. And amidst all this cosmic beauty, yes, you are the most precious of all my creations. And yet, my child, why is your heart so heavy toward yourself? Why do you condemn your own soul and measure your worth with the crooked ruler of comparison? You've looked around and believed that you're not enough, not talented enough, not beautiful enough, not strong enough. You've allowed this world to tell you that your value lies in achievement, in appearance, in the approval of others. You've blamed yourself for failing, despised yourself for falling short. But oh, my child, I have never measured you that way. You are not defined by what you do, but by my love. You are not valuable because you are perfect, but because you are mine. I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand. I have counted every strand of hair on your head. You are my child, not only when you're strong and victorious, but also when you're broken, weary, and full of crack. My love does not shift with your emotions or change with your circumstances. It stands firm like an ancient rock that cannot be moved. Remember this, my son, Jesus Christ, did not die for a better version of you. He did not hang on the cross for an ideal self you're striving to become. He was crucified for the very you that exists right now, wounded, confused, burdened. Even when you had nothing to give, he gave his life for you. Not because you were deserving, but because his love is too vast, too deep, too wondrous for your mind to fully comprehend. You do not need to become perfect to be loved. My love for you is not a reward. It is the foundation. You don't need to earn it. Only open your heart and receive it. When you embrace my love, you are not pressured to deserve it. You are reborn to walk in new life, transformed day by day, not by your own strength, but by my grace. Why do you treat yourself so harshly when I, the holy and righteous one, am patient and full of kindness toward you? Learn to see yourself through my eyes. Do not let the accusations of the past or the expectations of the world shape your mind. I am not searching for perfection in you. I am looking for a heart that is willing to return. I see your effort, your battles, your perseverance, and to me that is more precious than all the fleeting glories of this world. Every time you fall, I do not turn away. I kneel beside you, take your hand and whisper, "You are still mine." Every tear you shed is not invisible to me. They are witnesses of your journey of faith, proof that you still believe, still hope, even when your heart feels shattered. So, my child, stop blaming yourself. Stop demanding from yourself a perfection I never required. Let me love you right here, right now, without hiding, without pretending. Let my love wash over every shame, every insecurity, every hidden wound you carry inside. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to be you in the arms of the one who created you with wisdom and compassion. You are my masterpiece, fearfully and wonderfully made, not ordinary by any measure. My son, attribute every day to the Lord God, return to rest in me. Lay down the burden you have placed upon your own shoulders, and let me, the one who began a good work in you, bring it to completion by love, by grace, by the eternal truth that never fades. You are my child, and I do not change. My beloved child, now I call you to lay down the heavy burden of shame you've carried for too long. Stop, truly stop and look to me, the one who never turns away from you, no matter how tangled your heart or how broken your past. You've worn guilt like invisible chains, as if you had to suffer to be worthy of forgiveness. But my child, I never asked you to carry that. I carried it already. Upon the cross, my only son shed his blood, not so you would live in torment, but so you could be truly free. You no longer need to drag along a hidden sentence, because that sentence has been torn apart by love. Do not hold on to what I have removed. Do not condemn yourself when I have declared you innocent. Do not punish yourself when I have paid the price in full. Lay it all down. Every voice that tells you you're not good enough, every haunting memory that says you missed your chance, that you hurt others, that you are beyond healing. I see all of that, and I do not condemn. I welcome you, not because you come with a spotless record, but because you come with a humble heart that knows it needs me. I am your God, not a distant deity, not a figure confined to heaven above, but the one who is near, so near that a whisper in your soul reaches me. I am not limited by time or space. I am not constrained by judgment or achievements. I am greater than your past, not just big enough to cover it, but strong enough to redeem it and transform it into something glorious. I am stronger than the temptations you face. You are not alone in this inner battle. I do not wait for your victory before I help. I am already with you from the moment you step onto the battlefield. My help is never late. My forgiveness has no conditions. However fierce the temptation, I am fiercer. And however many times you fall, I will lift you up, not to shame you, but to help you walk on. I go deeper than your doubts. I am not afraid of your questions. I do not distance myself when your faith feels dry. Even when you cry, God, where are you? I am still there, in the silence, in the moment you feel most forsaken. Faith is not never doubting. It is choosing to walk on even when the answers aren't clear. And now let my grace wrap around you like a warm cloak on a cold night. Wear my forgiveness not as a vague idea, but as a living reality you step into every day. Don't hide from me when you fall. Run to me, for even when you were far off, I ran to meet you. Let my mercy follow you like a shadow, not to stalk you, but to shelter and surround. Whether you turn left or right, whether you pass through desert or deep forest, my mercy does not leave you. It goes behind you, beside you, before you. It will find you even when you're lost. Let my peace guard your heart like a steadfast gate in a stormy world. Not the shallow peace that depends on ease, but the peace that surpasses all understanding. Peace in the storm, peace in the tears, peace in the questions left unanswered. And finally, my child, seek me not only in church, not only in quiet moments with the scriptures. Seek me in the very life you live, for I am everywhere, in every breath you take. Hear me in the gentle twilight at the close of day. See me in the shining eyes of those who love you. Feel me in the innocent laughter of children, in the whispering breeze through the trees, in the sudden downpour, in the scent of earth after the storm. All of creation sings, and this song is the song that tells you, I am still here, I still love you, and I have never, never forsaken you. My beloved child, listen closely to the deepest whisper of my heart, a truth that never grows old, never fades, and remains unshakably true in every season. Your name is engraved upon the palm of my hand, not written in ink that fades, nor temporarily etched into a forgetful memory, but engraved permanently, irrevocably, and eternally. Every time I reach out my hand to act among the nations, every movement I make carries your image, for you are part of my heart. You are not a faint face in a sea of people. You are not a grain of sand lost in the tide of time, unnoticed and unseen. No, my child, I know you. I know your name. I know every unspoken longing, every quiet fear, every tear you've hidden from the world. I never forget you, not only because I am all-knowing, but because I love you. Every act of mine on this earth is done with you in my sight. Not a single plan I have for you is random. Nothing in your life is without purpose. My plan is not as fragile as human promises. It is as steadfast as my very nature. You cannot destroy what I have ordained. Your failures, your stumbles, your regrets, they are not powerful enough to undo the good I have prepared for you, my child. I know you are not perfect. I never asked you to be. Your weakness does not weary me. On the contrary, it is the very place where my power is revealed in fullness. In the spaces where you feel empty, I will pour in abundance. In the places where you feel broken, I will rebuild. In the moments where you feel powerless, I will manifest my strength as never before. Remember this: if I am for you, who can be against you? Reflect on that, not as a cliche, but as a lifeline. I, the maker of the heavens and the earth, the one who commands the sea to halt at its shore, the one who determines destinies and numbers the days of all nations. I am the one standing with you, not from afar but right beside you, shielding, defending, fighting. And if I am your defender, no enemy, seen or unseen, can overcome you. My child, take your eyes off the storm. Don't let your gaze be consumed by the wind and waves, and forget who is in the boat with you. Turn your eyes away from what terrifies you and fix them on me. I walked on water not merely to prove my power, but to show you this: the very things that frighten you, I have placed under my feet. You fear loss, but I am the restorer. You fear pain, but I am the healer. You fear the future, but I hold every tomorrow in my hands. Don't let fear keep you from drawing near to me. Look up, my child. See my eyes, full of love, full of peace, without a trace of condemnation. I spoke to the waves, and they obeyed. I commanded the chaos, and it bowed. Nothing in creation defies my voice. No circumstance is too disordered for me to bring into alignment. And the same is true in your life. Even when your heart is screaming, even when your mind is spinning with uncertainty, know this: my voice resounds louder than the storm. I am the stillness after the roar. When everything around you clamors, when the world demands, when your soul is tangled, come to me. I am the place where gentle breezes replace howling winds, where you will find stillness in the midst of the noise. I am not an empty silence. I am rest, alive and present. I am peace beyond reason. Not the kind of peace that comes when everything is fine, but the peace that remains even when everything is not. A peace rooted deep in the soul that knows I am God, no matter what. It's the peace that lets you smile through tears, stand firm amid collapse, hope in the waiting. You are not alone, my child. Not for a single moment have I left your side. You may not always feel me, but I am there. Like the sun behind the clouds, never gone, just momentarily hidden. And soon my light will break forth again in your life, as if it had never dimmed. Let your heart rest in me. Let my words anchor your soul. Don't let fear or failure tear your faith away from me. You don't have to understand everything to trust me. You just need to know one thing: I love you, and I do not change. You are mine. Nothing can separate you from that love. Not the past, not the present, not the future. No power in heaven, on earth, or within your own heart can shake this truth. Your name is engraved on the palm of my hand, and I will never let you go. My beloved child, now I call you to enter something deeper, a journey that requires courage, but leads to true freedom. Forgive. No, you don't forgive because they deserve it. Forgiveness is not declaring them right. It doesn't erase the pain you endured. It doesn't deny the injustice you suffered. But my child, forgiveness is the doorway to the peace your heart has longed for all this time. You've been holding the past like shattered pieces in your hands, sharp, tear-stained. But the tighter you grip them, the deeper the wounds go. You're tired, aren't you? Tired of trying to walk forward with arms heavy from old burdens. Tired of a heart filled with bitterness, sorrow, and resentment. Tired of waiting for an apology that may never come. But my child, you deserve rest. You deserve freedom. Let bitterness fall like autumn leaves, quietly, gently, but decisively. Those leaves once clung to the branch, but now must fall to make way for new life. Bitterness was once part of your story, but it cannot walk with you into the future I am preparing. You cannot receive the new while clinging tightly to the old. Letting go does not mean forgetting. Letting go means choosing not to be imprisoned by the past. It means opening your heart so I can heal you, so I can fill the empty places in your soul with my gentle presence. Believe that what lies ahead is more precious than what you've lost. I have not called you to dwell forever in what once was. I am doing something new. Do you not perceive it? Look more closely. I am making a way in the wilderness, rivers in the wasteland. What once seemed dead is coming back to life. Relationships once fractured beyond hope, I am quietly restoring. Dreams once buried, I am awakening. Laughter once stolen, I am redeeming. I am sending people who will love you wholly and unconditionally as I love you, my child. Nothing is meaningless. No tear falls without my keeping. No pain is wasted in my hands. I am redeeming time. The years you thought were wasted, the seasons you felt lost, I am resurrecting it all. I am the one who works all things for good, even the ones you wish you could erase from memory. Even your scars are speaking. They are proof that you survived, that you are no longer where you once hurt. The scars no longer ache, but they tell the story that I held you, saved you, healed you. And through you, I will use those very scars to heal others. Even the silence, that seemingly cold void, carries my gentle message. In the silence, I am drawing you closer. In the silence, I am healing what noise could never reach. In the silence, you will hear my voice, not in thunder or fire, but in a gentle whisper. Here, east to a name, to a place, to the sound, and it is I who am speaking now, not tomorrow. Not when you are better, stronger, or more ready, but right now, in this very moment. I am calling you back to faith, back to love, back to the rest I have already prepared for you. Not through your own striving, but by my grace, grace that is sufficient for every weakness, sufficient for every wound. You don't need to understand everything in order to take a step. You only need to believe that I am faithful. Believe that what I have begun, I will complete. Believe that when you forgive, you lose nothing, but instead reclaim your own self. Believe that the past no longer has the power to govern your future. Believe that a new tomorrow is coming, one not clouded by yesterday. My child, forgive not only to set others free, but to free yourself, so you may smile without your heart aching, so you may love without fear of being hurt again. So you may walk in peace, no longer dragged down by the invisible chains of painful memories. Let go. Place the past into my hands. Step forward gently but confidently into the new thing I am creating for you. A springtime is beginning to bloom. A new dawn is breaking, and I am that light. I am the promise that will never fail. I am your Father, and I am waiting for you to return with a heart that is light, free, and full of hope. Beloved child, in the times when you are waiting, when time seems to move with unbearable slowness, when your prayers seem unanswered, I am inviting you to trust in my timing. I may not come when you expect, but I never arrive late. My timing is woven with eternal wisdom, not a second early, not a minute late. I see the full picture, while you see only a fragment. I know what must happen and when it must happen, not just to meet your need, but to transform your heart and prepare you to receive a greater blessing. Trust the people I send into your life. No one appears by accident. Some come to walk with you, some to teach you, some for only a season, but each to sow something eternal. I can use others to lift you when you are weak, to speak for me when your heart is deafened, to love you rightly when you forget your own worth. Do not shut your heart because of those who hurt you. Open it to the ones I am sending now to heal you. Trust in my provision. You will lack nothing as you walk with me. You may not have all you want, but you will have all you need. In the right time, in the right way, in the right place. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider. I care not only for your material needs, but for your soul, your peace, your hope, your healing. I am the well that never runs dry, the bread of life that never spoils. Trust in my heart. There is no intention within me to harm you. Everything I do, even what you do not yet understand, flows from a love so deep it surpasses human comprehension. I am not distant. I am not indifferent. I have not abandoned you. On the contrary, I am the Father whose eyes are always upon you, whose heart beats for you, whose arms are forever open to welcome you home. No matter how far you've gone, I am not only the God of the mountaintop, not only present in your joy, your blessings, your victories. I am also the God of the valley. When you fall, when tears stream down, when everything seems to collapse, I do not walk away when you fail. I do not remain aloof on a high throne, forgetting the paths you tread. No, my child, I walk with you in the shadows. When you cannot see the way, I am the light. When you tremble in fear, I am the hand that holds yours. When you are lonely, I am the warmth that surrounds you with my unshakable presence. And my child, worship me not only for what I do, but for who I am. Worship is not a transaction. Not because you are blessed, so you sing. Not because you are healthy, so you praise. But worship even as you wait for answers, even when you are confused, even when your faith feels fragile. Because I am worthy, no matter the circumstance. I am the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Nothing happens outside of my sovereignty. Not a single detail of your life surprises me. For I have written your story, not with the pen of blind fate, but with love, intention, and grace. I know every page. I have seen the turns you will take, the stumbles that will come, the choices that will lead you into darkness. And I have also seen the pages you haven't dared to dream, the victories you never imagined, the miracles you thought could never happen. They are all in my hands, and none of it is wasted. Every failure will become a lesson. Every tear will water what I am growing in you. Every silence, every waiting, every delay, it all has purpose. Nothing is random. No pain is meaningless. No journey is in vain when you place it in my hand. So, my child, do not be afraid when you do not understand what I am doing. Trust that I am working quietly, persistently, with a love that never fades. Walk forward step by step, not needing to see the full picture, but always knowing you are walking in a story I have authored. Lift up your head, lift up your eyes. Don't focus only on what you lack. Look to the one who lacks nothing. I am who I am, unshifting, unfailing, and I am holding your hand. For I am the Lord of both mountain and valley, of brilliant light and hidden shadow. And I am still speaking, still loving, still guiding you in this very moment. Beloved child, when you fall, do not fear. Do not feel shame. Do not run away. Fall into my arms, where there is no condemnation, only tender mercy. I do not wait for you to pull yourself together before I draw near. It is in your brokenness that I come closest. In the lowest place of your pain, I am the one who stoops to gather you, not because you are worthy, but because you are mine. When your faith trembles, when doubt rolls in like a thick fog, doubt, but still turn toward me. I am not afraid of your questions. I do not avoid your anger or your confusion. Bring it all to me. Your unanswered questions, your unhealed wounds, your unmet longings. I am not unfamiliar with your emotions. I have known pain, rejection, and lonely tears. And that is why I understand you more than you understand yourself. Every breath you draw is proof of my sustaining power. You are alive, breathing, not by chance, but because I am upholding you every second. I am the one who keeps your heart beating, your lungs full of life. And each morning, as light spills through your window, it is my reminder to you, today you have another chance to begin again. I am not finished with you. Even if you think you've gone too far, broken too much, lost all hope, I say to you, I am only just beginning. What I have prepared surpasses all that you've ever asked for. My plan for you is not canceled by failure, not delayed by weakness. I am still writing your story with love, with grace, with unchanging power. I can carry it all. No pain is too great for me. No wound is too deep for me to heal. No burden is too heavy for my shoulders. I am not weak. I am not shaken by circumstances, nor am I helpless in the face of trials. I am God, all-knowing and full of compassion. And more than that, I am with you. Not in theory, but in reality. Not occasionally, but at all times. My child, do not rush. I know you are eager, yearning to see results, waiting for something to happen immediately. But I am the God of process. The most precious things do not arrive overnight. A seed needs time to germinate and grow, and the dreams I've sown in your heart also need time to become destiny. Do not measure your worth by the speed of others. Walk in step with me, the rhythm of faithfulness, patience, and wisdom. Trust the process. Believe that even in the crushing there is purpose. Just as grapes must be pressed to produce fine wine, you too are being refined to become more complete. Trials do not come to destroy you, but to develop you. Losses do not come to empty you, but to make room for something greater. And I will bless you not merely with material things or success, but with my presence, with peace that cannot be shaken, strength in weakness, and light in the darkness. The blessings I give are not like those of the world, fleeting and conditional. My blessings are eternal, born of unchanging love. I do not speak as the world does, with confusion, contradiction, or control. I do not use the voice of pressure or demand. I speak as your creator, the one who formed every cell, every thought, every dream within you. I know every beat of your heart, every worry that rises in the night, every silent longing you cannot even name. And I never overlook what belongs to you. But my child, I did not design you to fix your eyes endlessly on problems. I did not create you to revolve around the darkness, searching for light as if it were far away. For I am the light. I am not just a flicker of hope. I am the source of life. I am the deepest answer to longings you've never spoken aloud. I am the goodness you have tirelessly sought in the world, in people, in success. I am the reward. And today I'm calling you home, not to strive harder, not to prove your worth, but to rest in unconditional love. To know that even in the things you don't understand, there is one thing you can be sure of. I am God. I do not change, and I will never leave you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. For I, the beginning and the end, walk with you even in the process. And what I have begun, I myself will complete. Beloved child, pause for a moment and listen. Listen deeply from the quiet of your soul, where I have always been whispering. Even when the noise of the world is loud, even when anxiety within you is screaming, listen to me, for I am speaking, not to add burdens, but to lift the weight pressing on your heart. Do you see what happens when your eyes are fixed on problems? When you let fear dominate your thoughts? When you can't look away from the worst that could happen? That is when you feed those fears. You water them with your precious attention, and slowly they grow. They take space. They begin to drown out my voice, to silence the unchanging promises I have spoken. They become louder than love, stronger than hope, but not because they are truly great, only because you stopped looking at me. My child, you are magnifying the problems, and in doing so, you are shrinking me in your heart. Not that I am diminished, not that I am powerless, not that my authority is limited, but you have forgotten how great I am. And you have focused too long on the storm, and not the one who commands it. Do you see? When you stare at the clouds, you miss the sunlight. When you count your worries, you fail to notice the quiet miracles I am working every day. The breath you take, the morning light, the love I've placed in the people I've sent to you. Look up, my child, not to pretend everything is fine, but to remember I am still greater. Greater than every fear, greater than every illness, every financial burden, every failure, every wound you carry. I am greater than every giant blocking your way. The mountains that seem too high to climb tremble before my presence. The walls that try to stop you know my name and cannot stand firm against me. Let me be the focus of your gaze, not to deny reality. I do not ask you to close your eyes. I do not dismiss the reality of the battles you face. I see the tears you shed in the night. I know the restless hours, the moments you feel utterly alone, the times you've wanted to give up. I know it all, but I also know what you have yet to see, the ending, and that ending rests in my hand. I am reminding you of a higher reality, that I, yes, am with you. Not just when things are calm, but right in the middle of the storm. Not only when you are praising, but also when you are silent with no words left. Not only when you are strong, but also when you are trembling, weak, and falling. I am still there, and I do not change. My voice does not fade with time. It is not dulled by repetition. It does not wear thin from how many times you've heard it. Every time I speak with the same love, the same patience, the same kindness, for I am the one who formed you, and I understand your heart better than anyone. I know every beat, every thought before it is fully formed. Even the desires you cannot name, I know them intimately. And if I know them so well, if I see to the depths of your heart, then you can trust that I also know exactly what to do with your worries. So give them to me. Every concern, every tear, every unanswered question, I can carry them all. Instead of staring endlessly at your problems, look to me, the one who does not change, the one who was, who is, and who always will be with you. Remember, you are not alone. You are not fighting this battle by yourself. You are not struggling through life's uncertain sea unseen. I am walking beside you every step. Sometimes I walk ahead to lead. Sometimes I walk beside you to support. And there are moments when you think you're walking alone, but that's when I am carrying you in my arms, my child. Turn your eyes away from fear and lift them to your Savior. I am your stronghold. I am your light in the darkness. I am the answer amid confusion, and I will never abandon you. Trust me once more and forever. Beloved child, open your heart to receive what I am about to say, not as an empty promise, but as a truth waiting to be fulfilled. I am about to pour into your life the very things you've longed for, the things you whispered in quiet moments, the prayers you released like nighttime rain, the days you fasted, knelt with tears, mingling with hope. I have heard, I have seen, I have marked every effort, every time you fell and stood back up just to believe again. And now, my child, the season of overflow is coming. You have sown in tears, and I promise you, you will reap in joy. But do not confuse my silence with denial. Even when I delay, it does not mean I have forgotten you. It does not mean I have changed my mind. It does not mean the promise is void. I have never turned my face away from the desires of your heart. But my child, every good thing comes in its appointed time, and the time I choose is always perfect. Wait, but not in weariness. Wait in hope. Do not let your waiting turn to bitterness. Let it become fertile ground where faith takes deep root. Each day you wait, I am not distant. I am preparing not just the gift, but preparing you to receive it in the fullest way. Expect my goodness, for what I have for you is not merely sufficient. It is abundant, overflowing, and unshakable. I am not human that I should make a promise and break it. I am faithful and true. Your heart may waver, your emotions may shift, but I do not change. And I tell you the truth, You will never be put to shame for trusting in me. Never. People may mock your waiting. Circumstances may test your faith. But when I act, every mouth will fall silent, and every eye will see that I am the one who fulfills every word. My child, you were not born to merely react to darkness. You were not made only to resist evil, to avoid pain, or to retreat from the world in fear of stumbling. You were created to live in response to light, a life actively pursuing what is good, what is loving, what is righteous, what is born from me. You bear my image, and I am good. Within you is the capacity to love, to forgive, to heal, to bring light into the darkest places. Not because you are strong, but because I live in you. And because of that, you need not live as a victim of evil, but as a bearer of good, as one sent into the wilderness to sow seeds of hope, as one anointed for the work of restoration. Do not live from a place of fear, running from challenge. Live in response to what I am doing. See the good even in difficulty. Believe that even in what seems empty, I am at work. Your eyes may not yet see, but your spirit knows I am coming. I will not abandon you mid-journey. I will not let you wander forever in the wilderness. If I led you out of the old, I will surely lead you into the new. If I began a good work in you, I will complete it. And no force, not even your weariness, can stop it. Hold on, my child. Do not let what you have yet to see cloud what I am already doing. Learn to see with eyes of faith, not with limited sight. Learn to praise before the miracle arrives. True faith sings in the desert, dances in the night, says amen to the promise before anything changes. I love you not only when you believe, but even when you doubt. But blessings will overflow in the hearts that choose to believe amid adversity, that choose to wait through barren seasons, that choose to live in goodness even when injustice surrounds them. I am doing a new thing, something beyond what you've asked or imagined. But to enter into the new, you must let go of the old. Leave behind the fear, the doubt, the exhaustion. Move forward one step at a time, with open hands and open heart, and a gaze fixed on me. For I, your God, am still moving, still sending rain upon your seeds of faith, still calling your name through the noise, still carving a path where there seems to be none. And I will not stop until you walk into what I've destined for you, until you receive all that I have promised. My beloved child, I see your heart growing weary in a world increasingly chaotic. I see you surrounded by countless voices, the voice of fear, of disappointment, of insecurity, of crisis, of violence, division, and doubt. These sounds echo like thunder in a storm, leaving your heart confused, your faith shaken, and your soul asking, how can I find peace? I understand, and I want you to know this. I do not speak in noise. I do not speak like the world, loud, frantic, forceful. My voice does not compete for attention, does not shout to overpower. I choose to whisper. I speak through gentleness, through peace, through the breath of truth. But to hear me, you must be still. You must learn to step out of the world's noise and into the quiet with me. Do not seek me in the rush, in endless busyness. I do not dwell in the scramble. I am present in stillness, where your soul sheds its burdens and quiets enough to listen. My child, it's time to learn how to turn down the volume of life to hear more clearly what I am saying. Lift your eyes again. Don't only look at the chaos around you, look to the sky. Do you see? The sun still rises. Light still breaks through the clouds. Whether you notice or not, every dawn unfolds in the order I set. There has not been a day when the light did not come. Look at the trees along the roadside, at the small branches reaching from dry ground. Do you see how they still stretch toward the light, despite the darkness, despite the storm? That is not merely instinct. It is a message I have placed for you, that you too are created to seek the light, to never surrender to the dark. And child, place your hand on your chest. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. You are alive, though you may be walking through days that feel empty. The very fact that you are still breathing, still waking each morning, is living evidence of my presence and my keeping. How can anything good come out of all this pain? I hear that question echo in your heart, and this is the answer I want you to hold on to. I am the good you are searching for. Not a condition, not a reward after suffering, not the result of striving, but me, the very essence of goodness, truth, and life. I don't just give good things. I am the good, and this goodness cannot be dimmed, cannot be replaced, cannot be shaken. Though the world may crumble, though the ground you stood on gives way, I remain unchanged. Though the earth splits beneath your feet, I am the rock that does not move. Though everything you once trusted falls apart, my mercy remains. In every part, every drop, every detail. I see you sitting in silence, tears falling without words, and you wonder, Lord, are you here? I am there. In that very silence, in the moment you feel most alone, I am closer than ever. I did not promise a life without trials, but I promise there will be no trial you face alone. I did not promise you would understand everything, but I promise that everything, the pain and the joy, has a purpose. And that purpose always moves toward goodness, healing, and growth. I am calling you back to the source of peace, not through solving every problem, but by fixing your eyes on me. When you look to the world, you'll see chaos. When you look to yourself, you'll see limits. But when you look to me, you'll see hope. I am not just the light that leads. I am the light. Not a distant, faint glow, but a light that is with you now, ready to guide your steps, ready to warm you through the darkness. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to believe one thing: I will never leave you. I have not missed a single moment of the journey you are walking. And no matter what has passed, no matter how things seem now, your future remains in my hands, hands that never make a mistake. My child, be still and know that I am God. Listen to my voice in the silence, where hope is reborn, where faith is renewed, where love never fades. For I, yes, I, am the everlasting good. And I am still holding your hand, walking with you through every season, every valley, every storm, until the fullness of light shines upon your life. Beloved child, I see the weariness in your eyes, looking around at all the pressing concerns. I know you're focused on your circumstances, on instability, on chaos, and on the cracks you don't know how to mend. But today I gently call you. Shift your gaze, not by denying reality. I never ask you to pretend the problems don't exist. I don't call you to close your eyes or paint over pain with pretty colors. I simply ask you to redirect your focus from what stirs your fear to me, the one who brings you peace. Look through faith, not through fear. See through the lens of truth, not with eyes clouded by confusion. Because when you see through truth, you'll see that I am still moving. When you look through the light of faith, you will know that death is not the final word, and sorrow is not the end. I have placed within you a power greater than emotion. That is faith. Faith does not mean you never cry. It means you dare to bless even while your heart is breaking. It means you speak life where death lurks. It means you declare healing while pain still pulses. It means you sing in the dark even before the dawn appears. This is not madness, my child. This is faith, and faith delights me. Nothing touches my heart more deeply than seeing you, without any proof in your hands, still choose to believe that I am faithful. Nothing moves me more than seeing you, without any guarantees for tomorrow, still stand firm and say, Lord, I trust you. Faith moves my hand, not because it's a trick or formula, but because it is the key that unlocks my heart. When you trust me, even when everything seems against you, that is when I reveal my power most mightily. When you take a step, though you cannot see the road, that is when I make the path clear. My child, faith is the foundation that builds your life upon the unshakable rock. When everything you've known falls apart, that rock still stands. When the world says there's no hope, the faith within you will say, "My God is still at work." When fear screams, "You will fail," faith will whisper, "My Lord is victorious, and you will not be shaken." I know there are days when you feel heavy, moments when all you see is darkness. But remember, faith does not require full vision. It only requires that you look to me and keep walking. Speak what I have declared, not what your circumstances scream. Choose blessing even when your emotions beg to curse. Choose joy even when tears fall quietly. For you are not called to live by sight, but by the eternal truth found in me. And my child, I never abandon those who live by faith. Not one step you take will be in vain. Not one prayer will fall into emptiness. Not one tear will go unnoticed. I see, I know, and I am working, and I am working. Look to me, the one who parted the sea for my people to walk through, who will also make a way for you where there seems to be none. Look to me, shake me. When you cry, I am still holding your hand. When you fall, I am there to lift you up. When every human promise shatters like glass, my promises remain whole, just as they were from the beginning. No time, no circumstance can devalue what I have spoken. I am the faithful one, not just as a character trait, but as the very essence of my eternal being. You may not see me on the foggiest days, but that does not mean I am not there. Just as the sun still shines behind the thickest clouds, my presence still surrounds you even when you walk through the darkest valleys. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to explain your pain. You only need to know this: I, your God, am near, still whispering, "Do not fear, for I am with you." There will be moments when you no longer have the strength to pray, when every word feels like a shattered whisper. But my dear child, I do not need polished phrases. I hear even the silent sobs in the night. I understand even the thoughts you cannot form into words. I do not seek a perfect faith from you, but I long for a sincere heart, a soul that dares to return, even if only with the faintest breath of hope. And it is in your weakest moments that you will see me stronger than ever. You will learn that faith is not the absence of doubt, but the choice to trust in the midst of it. It is when everything in you wants to give up, yet you still whisper, "Lord, I believe." Faith is not always feeling my presence. It is continuing to walk even when you feel nothing at all. I never promised you a life without pain, but I promised that no part of your suffering would be meaningless. I will turn your tears into seeds for a new harvest. I will use your wounds to touch other bleeding hearts. And one day, when you look back, you will see that it was in your darkest moments that my light shone brightest. So my child, let your heart take refuge in me. When the world shakes, hide in the shelter of my strong arms. When your heart is pulled by the empty calls of despair, return to the comforting voice of your shepherd. I am the one who never withdraws a promise. I am the one who never abandons you on the journey. The world may change every day. Those you trust may turn away. The things you've built may crumble, but I will not. My love is eternal. My grace is new every morning, and my presence is the one constant you can cling to when everything else fades away. So do not search for stability in what is temporary. Do not place your hope in doors that may close at any moment. Place your trust in me, the unchanging one. Let my word become the foundation of your soul. When the winds blow, when the rains fall, when the ground beneath you trembles, you will remain standing because you are not built on sand, but on the solid rock. My child, do not be afraid when you feel weak. It is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. It is when you come to the end of your own strength that you will see how able I am. I do not require you to be strong in order to come near to me. I only ask for your honesty, for you to come, even if all you can bring is a broken heart. For I am the one who heals the brokenhearted and binds up the deepest wound. Come closer to me, and you will see that nothing, no pain, no loss, no despair, can separate you from my love. In my arms, you will find not only comfort, but renewal. You will be lifted up not to escape the world, but to walk through it with a steadfast spirit, a heart filled with light, and eyes that continue to seek goodness even among the ruins. For I am the Lord your God, the one who is with you, who loves you unconditionally, and who never abandons you in the wilderness of life. Keep your eyes on me, and you will see that the storms will pass. But I do not change. I remain the same forever. So, my beloved child, in the midst of all that is shifting, in the storm of life, in dreams that seem lost, in roads that appear to have no exit, remember this: I am still here. Not far, not vague, but very near, right beside you in every weary breath and every faltering heartbeat. I do not wait for you to be perfect to come to me. I only wait for you to return. Even if your heart is still uncertain, your hands still trembling, and your faith no bigger than a flickering flame. Do not fear if you do not yet understand my plan. For what matters is not understanding, but trusting. Not seeing every step ahead, but believing in the one who holds your hand as you walk. You do not need to be strong to go on. You only need to hold on to me, and I will be your strength. And one day, not far from now, you will look back and see that it was in those very nights of darkness that my light led the way. That in the moments you felt most lost, I was holding you in my arms. That in the silence you feared, I was doing my deepest work. You will come to know that it was not your strength that sustained you, but my faithfulness. Not your love for me, but my unshakable love for you. That is the foundation that cannot be washed away. That is the refuge for your soul through every stormy season. For I am the Lord your God, the one who never forgets you, never leaves you, never breaks a promise. No matter where you go, no matter what you face, no matter how weak you feel, there is always a safe place for you in my eternal love. Come, rest, trust, for I am still the same. All your life I remain your God, and that will never change. Almighty God, I bring to you those who have hurt me. I cannot forgive in my own strength, but by your grace I choose to forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because I long to live free in the peace you give. Please release me from all bitterness and fill me with mercy that mirrors yours. O Lord, I know you are never late, but you are preparing me for something greater. Though I have not yet seen the answer, I trust that you are working even in the shadows. My beloved, now that you have heard my voice, don't let this be the last time you listen. I have more to reveal, more comfort to pour, more truth to anchor you when the winds return. Every time you feel forgotten, every time your heart stumbles under the weight of silence, come back here. Return to these words. Let them wash over you again and again until my nearness becomes your reality, not just your hope. Subscribe, not to a channel, but to communion. Click the bell. Not just for alerts, but as a declaration, I will not walk alone, and share this message. There is someone else, lost in their own shadows, waiting for a whisper of my love, and you may be the one to carry it. Stay near, my child. Return often, because this isn't the end, it's only the beginning, and I'll be waiting here every time you press play. Amen.